Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to another part of my videos. Today I decided I'm gonna make some videos for y'all because I've been getting emails from some of my subscribers, and people keep asking me about which type of scooter to go for. What do you get from which scooter, and all the numbers and all that. So I decided to I'm gonna make this video, just to advise you about scooter buying tips, what kind of scooter you need, and depending on what kind of money you have. So I'm gonna do two videos actually. I've been doing a project on this Ultra G here. You can even, instead of taking the deck off already. So there's gonna be another video that I'm gonna make. I don't want to make the videos too long, so I'm gonna just do the buying tip video for this, and then after that we're gonna go on the actual video of what sort of scooter do you go for, and what does the numbers on the scooter means, and which one do you buy that suit your situation, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna put a camera here, and then we can just go on, and I'm gonna tell you how to go about the whole thing. So if I put a camera here, let me just say the camera is still checking, and we can just go on. Okay, I don't know, but I think, it might shift a little bit, but so I got right here the Ultra G, the 3200 watts, or 3200 watt motor. I'm not showing this camera. I'm gonna just check it one more time because it look like the camera is not. Yeah, look like the camera angle is not that, so I'm just gonna twist it a little bit this way, so we can be sure that we're getting enough images and information I'm trying to pass across. So yeah, so if you look here, we got a Q1 hammer, which I've been making few videos on for y'all. If you're new to my channel, it's a great channel for you here to learn most about scooters and how to repair scooters, which one to go for. And I've got a lot of videos up on my channel. So many of them are Ultra G and the Kiowa, because this Kiowa scooter, most of the scooter out there similar to the setup, which I'm going to be talking about all the numbers. So you all know when you see all these numbers about 10,000 watts and whatever it is, you don't get just scared about those numbers. Those numbers are there, but it doesn't mean that you're actually going to be getting 10,000 watts of that scooter, or 3,200 watts on this one, or maybe this one 800 watts. So let me just talk about all that. So now the first point is, I got comment on my channel. Someone is saying that, I'll be trying to buy is it a Naco board or something? It's a 2,000 watt scooter. Should I go for the one showing your videos, or what should I do? So to answer that question is, when you're going to be buying a scooter, there are three major things that you're going to be looking at. The first thing you're going to be looking at is, what do you need a scooter for? If you're going to be buying a scooter, like, just want to just like go out, take a fresh air in the neighborhood, just run around your building, or just up front of it, then you don't need to spend that much money on all these high-end scooter. You can just buy the Xiaomi, 15 miles per hour, 25 miles per hour scooter. They're great for adults. You can just stand on it. They can take you anywhere, but it's not a scooter you're going to be doing a journey from one point to another. For instance, like you want to go to work few miles from home, I won't be advising to get on those scooters, because they're rated 25 miles an hour. It doesn't mean that you're going to be getting 25 miles an hour. You might be getting something less from that. You might be actually getting less than what is rated. It all depends on factors that I'm going to be talking about. So if you want to buy a scooter, and it's just going to be the one you're going to be riding around, you don't need to go spending money buying this 5,000 or this. Some of you gave me some tips that, yeah, I know before I buy this scooter, I know that these scooters are all like, especially this one. There's so many models of that. And the way you say that some of the models, don't have the C shock system. They have a normal shock system, like the one you got in the Kia. They have this. Some of them have two here and all that. So when you're looking at this scooter and comparing to other one, you all have to look at the similarity and look at everything that those scooters have, and this one might not have, or this one have, this one might not have, before you put your money in. And also, it doesn't mean because you saw on the website, wherever you're buying your scooter from, it means that you're going to be getting the same speed that this scooter get. That's what I always said. If you want to buy something, and be sure that you paying for what you get, buy from the right source. The South Korea scooter makers are well known, the Dualtron people, and the people that made this one, they're from South Korea. So it means that, whatever part they put into this one, like I said all that day, when I'm making the video today on the repairs, I might be showing you all the controller in the scooter. It's on the mini motor controller. That means that most of the parts in the scooter are actually mini motor parts. The motors here are mini motors. They're not just any Chinese motor or whatever it is, but I don't want to go into that too much, you know what I'm saying? So if you're going to be buying a scooter that you want to use around, it's better just go for, all the small scooters without spending no much money. They're very light to carry in and out. You can, when the battery runs out, you can literally just hold them and keep walking. But if you're going to be going, like, you want to be riding your scooter from home to work, because where you work is not far from home, you don't want to be driving or no parking space and all that, then I'm going to say that you all need to go for something a bit more, torquey, speed, and high brand scooter. Dualtron families are there. We all know we have a Dualtron, we have Whippet, we have all these crazy brands out there that actually, does a very, very good scooter. Dualtron scooters are very good. The Whippet scooters are very good. The Ultra G scooters are good. And you got a lot of scooters, on all other websites that you can actually get. So the thing is, when you're buying, that depends also on your pocket. If you have money that you think that if you spend it, it doesn't bother you, you just want a great scooter, even if you're going to be riding around your neighborhood, then, well, I mean, it's up to you. You can buy any of these. Another great scooter is the K1 Hammer that we all know. They make great scooters. So this scooter here is very great. It might not give you the speed that this scooter will give you, but I'm going to be talking about that in a minute. So if you have the money, you're buying a Ultra G, or you want to buy Q1 Hammer, Q Power, whatever high-end scooter you're buying, there are a few things that you need to consider. Now, scientifically, anything that moves in the atmosphere have a resistance. That means that anything that is outside, you have a gravitational pull on you caused by, the Earth gravity pull. Then you got the wind that also impose pressure on anything that moves in the atmosphere. So that means that if you are a very tall person, like a 6 feet something, I'm not 6 feet, I'm just 2 inches short, 6 feet. So that means that I'm not even 6 feet. But if you're a 6 feet person or 6 feet and above person, and you buy for, say, the Ultra G here, rated 3,200 watt or 3,200 watt, motors or dual motors, set up with a 60-volt battery, giving a current of 30 amps, but in reality, the current on the controllers, they're going to give you 25 amps. That's what I need to explain all this to y'all before y'all going, splashing the money on which type of scooter to buy. So a person of that height on this scooter is going to have more resistance. That means that when a person is riding this scooter on the full speed, if maybe this scooter in reality can give you, like, let's say 60 miles per hour with a wind load calculator on an average person, and these 6'4" guys on this scooter riding in the wind, it's not going to get that 60 miles per hour. Why is that? Because it's going to be getting more resistant. He is more tall, so that when he's riding, the wind is coming straight to him. So the wind is trying to push him back, the scooter trying to go forward. So there's a resistance in the center there. And that resistance create more pressure on the scooter to move through. And in that way, you're not going to be getting the whole speed. That's one factor. So if you're a very tall person and you want to buy a scooter, and you're like, oh, you know what, I'm going to just buy the, the Xiaomi scooter because it costs about $400 in the USA, or maybe 300 pounds in the United Kingdom or something. So you just start out, I'm going to just buy the Xiaomi scooter. And I've been hearing people saying that they go 25 miles an hour. Oh, that'd be cool. No, you're not going to be getting 25 miles an hour on that. In reality, nobody's going to be getting that. Why? Because your body weight is a factor. The wind load is a factor. The height of it is a factor. And also the motors, the scooter setup with the controller, battery, and the motor is another factor. So when you're choosing to buy a scooter, you have to consider those factors before you go for the scooter. So someone of that height, I would advise you to go for high-end scooter with more power. So that means that by the time the wind trying to force you back, you got more power to move forward. So you're going to be getting more than an average speed on the other low-end scooter. But if you're someone who is very short, 4 or 5 feet or whatever it is, and you're not that heavy as well, you can go for maybe, like, let's say we have another scooter with this, that is a 2,000 watt scooter. set up with the same voltage, the same amps, or maybe even less amp. Then we got a 3000, and then we had the tall guy on this one, and we got a short guy on the other one. When they go, when you might be thinking like, why on earth would this scooter not be going faster than that? But the fact is that that guy is tall, so the wind load on that guy, the force, the resistance creating with the wind to that guy is going to be more pressure on him than the one with the short guy. So in end, it might end up that a 2000 watt scooter might be even doing better than this one. That's the factors, you have to consider when choosing all these scooters. That is the trick about it. Another thing is, if you are very, we all different in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got people, very short, we got people very tall, we got different sizes, just like the way it is, we can change. It's the world we live in, that's the way it is. So if you're a very, big person, for instance, let's say you weigh about 200 kg or maybe 150 kg, and you go and buy the Xiaomi 25-mile scooter, man, you're just throwing your money away. You're not gonna get anything from that. Even the scooter, even your battery life will be very short, because when you stand on that Xiaomi scooter without weight, the motor requires more power to turn, and the power need voltage, just like in the law of power, or when you go to Ohm's law or electricity law, power equals to voltage times current. So those three working together, they're like siblings. One need another one to do the job, another one need this one to do the job. So if the heavy guy is on that Xiaomi 25-mile scooter, you're not going to get anywhere. So the weight of you will determine which sort of scooter you should go for. So if somebody of that weight, I would say even this might be your average scooter. The 3,200 watt scooter might be okay for you. But there are high end. We got 5,600 watt scooter out there. We got even there's a new scooter that called the Leon. There's a French scooter, Leon. They said, I haven't tested, I've watched some videos about it. They said it's the fastest scooter, and they got that thing set up with a 10,000 watt motor. Well, in reality, you're not gonna be getting that motor working up to 10,000 watts. That's why I'm going to be talking in a few minutes now about what those numbers mean and what it should look in it when you're deciding, oh, should I go for the 5,600 watts? Should I go for the 3,200 watts? Or should I just go for 2,000? And maybe the money difference is not that much. I'm going to talk about that, so you're just going to see why it's not necessarily the high number of the wattage, but it's something else. So the two factors that I just said right now, your height will determine the speed you go on those scooters you're buying. So you have to look at, if you're tall, go for a scooter with more power. So that way, the scooter is not going to give you the actual power you see on the motor. That's the ultimate power of that motor. You're not going to get all that. But if you have that, that means that the motor have a certain amount of torque that will be able to give you certain amount of speed that might be more than average or just an average. So you go for high-end scooter. If you're just a short person, you're not weight that heavy, you can go for the cheapest Xiaomi scooter. They're great as well. They take you anywhere you want. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you're a very heavy person and you weigh more kilos, you go for scooter with more rated power, because the power there is the torque. The power on those motors is what move the scooter from the standstill. It's just like a car. You want to tow a boat to the sea, or you want to tow something. The torque of your engine is what is going to be pulling that thing. It's not the speed of your engine. So the powers on the motor is what actually give us the torque of that scooter. So if the more number you get, the more torque you get. The torque is from the standstill to the scooter start moving, and how strong that motor is to keep turning. Even if there's more pressure on the motor, it doesn't cease, it doesn't stop, it keeps turning. That's the torque. So that is what you have to look out for if you are a big person. But if you're an average person like me, I weigh 75 kg now, because when I'm not even training that much. When I train more, I can weigh up to 80, 85, depending on, my dietary and all this, you know what I'm saying? So that's just the way it is. So that's the one side of it, of buying a scooter. Like when you're going to buy a scooter, you look at which one you want, which one is good for me, which one do I actually get what I want. Your height, your weight is a factor you need to consider. And now let's come to the numbers. So I'm going to say one thing. Before we do that, I'm going to just go come here, grab my other phone. So when we're doing, I can make some calculation on that. So we got this scooter right here. QR K1 Hammer. You all know this. You can get this scooter for 1,300 pounds or 1,300, you know, including a delivery or whatever it is from Amazon, or you can get it, but they are more than 1,000 pounds, or maybe about $1,400, $500 in the United States and all that. So this scooter is set up. The power is a single drive, which I've actually made a video on the channel, my other video about trying to convert this scooter to dual drive. I already have the accessories. I'm just waiting for the issues of all this coronavirus business to finish, so then I can get a metal shop guys in and get this scooter, you know, working. So this scooter had an 800-watt motor. So in the 800-watt motor, it's been set up with 48-volt battery, and then with a controller that provide 25 amps current. So this scooter is a 48-volt, 25 amps, a power rating of 800 watt. What is the actual average or ultimate power of this scooter? Is more than that. Power, as we know, I'm just going to open this so we can get, first let me open it. Yeah, so we can get a calculator. I need a calculator so we can do this, and y'all will see, okay, I got my calculator right here. So from the calculator, I'm just going to come here. So if we have that scooter is set up to be 800 watt, that's the power. 48 volt, that's the voltage. Then we have 25 amps, that's the current. Power equals to voltage times the current. So if we want to see what is the actual power of this, now this is rated 800, but if you multiply the voltage, which is 48, times the current, which is 25, we get a 1,200. So the endurance power of this motor, the limit, the highest this motor will go under extreme stress before failure or before the coil setup, because in the motor you got a coil in every electric motor. You got a coil set up with the coil is some copper wires, you know, wind around, set up with a magnet to create a magnetic field, and the voltage is induced into those coils, that they create a magnetic field and the motor start turning. So by the time that this scooter reach 1,200, as we see on the phone right now, that's when something might go wrong, or that's the highest output power of this motor. But key output on this motor, 800 watt. Why is that? By scientific calculation, I don't make the law, you don't make the law. The law has been a long time by the scientists, which says that power equals to voltage times current. We just did it right now. We multiply our voltage, which is 48, times our current. So we should be getting our power, which we got. Our power we got there is a 1,200 volt. But this scooter is rated 800 volt. So the numbers we see on the scooter sometimes is not what you should be looking at. If you're going to be buying the scooter, you want to know the actual power, the actual average power of that scooter, or the power that that scooter can give at any time without any problem, is for you to multiply the voltage stated with that scooter and the current. The second thing is this Ultra G right here is rated 3,200 watt. You got 1,600 watt of a motor here. You got another 1,600 watt of motor here. So even if we go individually, just do it individually, because inside this scooter is two controllers. Each controllers are linked to, you know, each motor. That means that they are individual. The only way it works dual is they link the controller with the two wires in the middle. That give you the echo table and all at once. So if we multiply now the same way, I'm just going to carry my phone again. If you multiply the same way, if we go the same way, so we're going to go now, and the voltage with this scooter is set up with 3,000 watt of power, 60 volt battery, and they say 30 volt amps, but on the controller is 25 amps. So even if we want to go with their numbers that they said there, and we go like, okay, 60 volt was, okay, yeah, that's it, 60 volt times our current, which is the way they said is 30. So we put 30. That means that the power of this thing at the back there is 1,800. So that means that each motor should give us 1,800. And in terms, if we multiply that by 2, we should be getting 3,600 watts of power. But it's rated 3,200 watts. That means 400 watt is missing. Why is that? Because the endurance limit for this motor is not going to be what they put on the motor. That is the ultimate limit of that motor. That is what that motor can take before the motor start failing, or before the coil start burning out and all that. You know what I'm saying? So if we go with the real thing, you know, this thing here is 60 volt, and the actual truth is I've opened this and look at the controller. They are 25 amp controllers. The amperes on the controller is 25 amp, is not 30. So if we multiply that 60 by 25, we get 1,500 watt. So each motor here will give you 1,500 watt. If we multiply that by 2, we get 3,000 watt of power. Now, what I need you all to understand is, you know, the 3,000 watt of power doesn't mean that because, oh, it's 3,000, that means you're going to be getting a low speed. No, it doesn't work like that. It means that this motor has the capacity to pull something heavy and still turn and still produce power. That means that if maybe 3 people standing on this scooter, maybe another scooter, when you press the throttle, you might even actually bend your controller straight forward, because the motor is not going to turn. Even though voltage is running into the motor, but it will not turn. You might blow up your controller, or if your controller is very resistant, it means that you're going to press the throttle, but the scooter is not going to move. Because the weight on the scooter, the motor don't have that power to turn under that weight to keep the scooter moving. That is the torque. That is where all these powers we see on the scooters, like, you know, 600 watt or 5,600 watt power and all that, is not the speed. Of course, the more torque you get, because if you start from the standstill, you press your throttle and scooter start going slow and going slow, you're not going to be getting a lot of speed from that. You have to build your speed up to the maximum, you know, operating RPM of the motors. You have to get to that high peak before you get a speed. But when you have a torquey scooter, when you just press the accelerator, the scooter just shoom, it will start because the scooter got torque. The power, the force of that motor is so incredible, so that it's going to be turning so fast. So of course you're going to build up speed, but that speed is going to go, when it hit a peak, that's where it stops. It's not going to go more than that. So those are what you say on the scooters with all these numbers. So if you're going to be thinking of buying a scooter and you want to get a scooter, like maybe you live in an area where there's more hills, you know, to climb every day in and out, and with a hill, your weight is on the scooter. And when the scooter is inclining slope, that means gravity is going to be trying to push the scooter backward. Just like if you put anything on the slope, they go backward because of gravity. So that gravity is going to be exerting more pressure on the scooter. And that pressure will have to be taken by the motor, including your weight on the scooter as well. That means you need something more torquey. The more torquey, the more wattage of that motor number that you see on the scooter, the more that motor has the resistance to actually pull through all those forces and keep you going. So those are the numbers you see on the motors. Those are the reasons for those numbers. Those numbers don't give you how fast the scooter is going to be going. If I give you an example, you got Dualtron Thunder, whatever it is. They say they go up to, like, 60 miles per hour or whatever. And they set up, like, they say it's 5,600 or 3,600 watt motor, whatever. Then you got some scooter from maybe another website, maybe just 2,000 watt motor, but that scooter is also going 60 miles an hour. So do you see the difference now? It means that it's not because it's the setup. What gives you the speed is going to be your amperes, which is the current flowing to that motor. The more current that goes, it's just like the light. When you go to buy your light and you see some light bulb, they say 100 watt light, and you see some, they say 80 watts light, that means that 80 watts, when you read the 80 watts, anything above that, that bulb will blown out. So that bulb will have to be set up with a current that will not make that bulb to go. So the current setup and the voltage should not reach that 80 watt of that bulb. That's how this is work. So the current setup and the voltage is what actually give you the speed, not the power. The power you getting is just the torque of that motor, how powerful that motor is, how strong it is, that when something is set on a motor, like it's like you can't stop it. You know, you're trying to stop it by the motor is going force and turn. The moment the current is induced into those coils and the magnetic field, it's going to be excessive force that motor just have to turn under any pressure. Those are the torques. So those are what you need to consider. If you want to buy, you know, scooter and you're thinking about, oh yeah, well, I had this scooter is about 10,000 watt motor, so that means I'm going to be doing 200 miles an hour on that, man. You're not going to be getting that. It's not going to happen. You're actually just throwing your money. If you don't need, like where I live, most of the time, like you see most of my videos, I live in the city, so I'm riding on a flat surface. I'm not even going off-road. So to buy a scooter, I just need a scooter that can give me more speed. Not a scooter that is going to give me more torque, because I don't need a torque. I don't weigh that much. I'm not too tall, so I know that the resistance by wind ratio to my height and the weight of me on the scooter is not going to be too much for that scooter. So anything like this, like you see the speed of this scooter in most of my videos. Maybe if somebody else that's a bit more taller than me, or maybe even way more than me doing the same thing, they might not be getting the same speed. They might be getting something very less, because all the factors affect that. So now you all know, you want to buy a scooter, you look at what you need. How high, how tall I am, how big I am, where do I live, where am I taking the scooter to? You need to consider all these facts before you choose your scooter. Don't just go by the numbers on the scooter, because the numbers on the scooter actually, they're not the one that gives you the speed. The numbers on the scooter just give, for instance, you have a 60 volt 30 amp hour battery. So that means that the voltage of that battery is 60. And if another person that maybe the same scooter that we have, maybe in that scooter we have like 48 volt with the same 30 amp hour battery, whatever it is. When you start from the standstill, start riding, the 48 volt guy is going to be losing. I mean, it's not going to make more mileage. So the size of the battery is more to how long does the battery give you power to keep going for a long distance before the battery dies out. That is what that means. It's not necessarily the speed. You can have a 48 volt battery set up with maybe 35 amp current controller, and that will give you more speed than somebody had a 60 volt set up with maybe like 20 amp hour current or something. So it's all about the setup with the controller. That the controller, that's what actually the way the controller is set up. If you have a 35 amp controller set up with 48 volt, and you have something like maybe 60 volt set up with like 15 amp controller, the 48 volt scooter with the 35 will be giving you more speed, because the current that's going to be flowing from that with the voltage is more than the one in the other one. So the voltage you see on those website or the advert about 60 volt or whatever, it doesn't necessarily matter. It only means that you got a bigger battery. Of course, bigger battery, you got more voltage. So if you keep losing voltage along the line, you still have something left to get to wherever you need to go. But then the guy that had a small battery, the moment that battery ran out, that's it. So that's the difference about choosing a scooter with what sort of battery size you choose and all that. So I don't want to make this video, you know, too long, because I got another video to make about this Ultra G. I'm trying to do some repair video on this. So your buying tips for scooter and what you need, I've just explained the most important part of which scooter you choose, why you choose that, and why you should go for which scooter. It all depends on the factors. So if you know your weight, you know your height, you know where you live, and it depends on what you want to use the scooter for as well. If you're going to be using the scooter for you know, transporting yourself from home to work, you know, on a long distance, it will be advisable to get something with a you know, good battery size, a good power, and a good amperes that will give you more speed, more torque, and a battery life as well. But if you just gonna be riding around, you know, your neighborhood is taking fresh air and all this, then you might just go for something that is not too expensive, and it's not too cheap, and it's not too low voltage, low amperes, and low power rating. So that's just for this scooter. So I'm gonna be making another scooter But that's total different, and I don't want to combine it because I have to name it different titles. So if anybody want tips on buying a scooter, they can watch this video. Anybody want, a repair video when your scooter suddenly died and you don't know what happened to the scooter, that's my next video I'm gonna make now, just to show you what to check when that happened. This Ultra G here suddenly just stopped last time, and when it stopped, I was a bit baffled. Okay, was it now? So I took my time to open it. I haven't do the diagnosis, but I got it. I got my multimeter that I bought now. So there are 3 things that I'm gonna be checking on this. So watch out for my next video and check that out and keep watching on my video. Thanks for y'all for subscribing to my channel. It really give me more motivation to make more video for you. It means that people actually, watch my videos to learn from me, to help themselves in whatever situation they are. So it's all good. Y'all share my videos with other people and like my video, keep subscribing to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, you're in the right channel right here. We do more education about, scooters and a lot of stuff, when scooter breaks down and all this. Now I got a lot of video right there. So y'all can just walk through and help yourself, whatever problem you got. So till the next video, y'all keep safe. Y'all keep following the rules and the guidelines about this coronavirus. Look like things are getting a little bit better where I am. People are still dying, but not too much. So if we all just, follow the rules and, guidance, we might just help all this coronavirus to, pass over so we can get back to normal life. Because I tell you, man, it's not easy being at home all the time. You might think like, yeah, it's relaxing, you sit at home, but it's really frustrating. You can't do your daily things we used to do. You can't go like running. You can't go, we see your friends and all this thing. It's really crazy. But the only way we go get rid of this is we need to listen to all the help and the guidance that the government, whatever you are, or the health authorities are saying. That's the only way. So stay safe, and I'm gonna make another video just after this video about a repairs on Ultra G. So tune in to watch that video as well, because it's very important and it will be very helpful for anybody that owns any scooter. All right, shout out to y'all. Till another video, y'all take care of yourselves.